There are actions that almost all men do when they fall in love. Some give gifts, some make plans, some are ready to change themselves for a woman. But when it comes to understanding whether she loves you, everything becomes unclear, because a woman rarely says it directly. She doesn't voice "I love you" at the moment when the feelings are truly deep. And this is where the problem begins. You feel that something is happening between you, but you're not sure. Is it love, a game, or just a temporary attachment? And you start either doubting yourself or demanding proof from her. And that is already a path to ruin, because a woman's love cannot be begged or squeezed out. It can only be felt through her behavior, through small things, through unobvious but important actions. Today we will analyze why she really loves you and which 4 things in her behavior speak louder than any words. We will carefully examine each of them so that you no longer guess but know for sure. This is love or just an illusion. We will begin with the most paradoxical trait. The first thing, she starts to argue, quarrel, and seemingly complicate the relationship. It might sound strange, but it is exactly the woman who is truly in love that may begin to show more emotions than you expect. You think everything is going smoothly, and suddenly she flares up, accuses, gets offended, argues. You're confused. Everything seemed fine. Why such a reaction? Here you need to understand the main point. A woman who loves takes a risk. She has invested emotionally, and that means she's become vulnerable. Love for her is not comfort, but fear of losing, of being underappreciated, of being rejected. And when she senses even the slightest threat, she doesn't stay silent. She acts, through words, raised tones, through complaints. Biologically, this is explained by the activation of the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotions, anxiety, and protection. When a woman loves, her intuitive threat scanning becomes stronger. And if she feels that you are distancing yourself, closing off, or simply becoming colder, she will react. Sharply, loudly, emotionally. Not because she wants conflict, but because she fears its consequences. It's important to understand, if she truly doesn't care, she won't argue. She will silently turn away, distance herself, focus on herself. But when she fights, defends, insists, it means you matter to her. Yes, she may do it wrong, awkwardly, but the motivation is the same, to preserve what's important to her. Example: imagine you're holding something valuable in your hands and suddenly see it slipping. You panic, grab at it, tense up. That's the woman, emotionally grabbing at the relationship when she feels she's losing contact. This is not weakness. This is attachment expressed through impulse. But here's what's important. Your job is not to extinguish the fire, but to understand that she is afraid of losing not you as a person, but the feeling you give her when you're genuine, warm, and confident. That's what she wants to hold on to, not the argument for the sake of argument. The next thing, she shows you her vulnerabilities without a mask or preparation. You didn't ask, you didn't insist, but at some point, she reveals to you something she doesn't share with others. Talks about the past, fears, traumas. Sometimes it happens suddenly. You're sitting together, and she suddenly speaks about something painful, something she doesn't even tell her friends. This is not a complaint. It's a form of trust, the deepest kind. On a biological level, oxytocin is at play here, the bonding hormone. It is released in women not only through touch, but also through emotional openness. When she shares with you something she's been hiding for years, it means her brain already considers you a close, safe, and valuable object of trust. And if you calmly withstand this truth, she opens up even more. Because you've shown, you're not scared, you didn't pull away, you didn't judge. And that means she can be herself around you, without pretending. Important: a woman does not show her vulnerability to someone who doesn't matter to her. Moreover, she will instead put on a mask, be cold, independent, self-sufficient. But when she loves you, her control weakens. Not because she is weak, but because she doesn't need to play roles anymore. And if you've seen that, hold it like a gift, as a sign that you are already inside her world. Example, as if she handed you an old cracked cup that is more precious than gold to her and is watching. Will you break it or gently hold it in your hands? And if you accept it with respect, she'll stay close, because then she no longer needs to hide. The third thing a woman does if she truly loves you, she speaks about you with pride to others. And not because you are successful, rich, or impress everyone around, but because you are her man, and she has made that choice internally. She may talk about you to friends, parents, even to casual acquaintances, with respect, warmth, and pride. This is a very important sign, because female nature is social. A woman is always scanning. How will my circle perceive him? How do I feel next to him? Am I ready to be with him openly? And if she truly loves, she doesn't hide you. On the contrary, she makes it clear to the world, I'm with him not because I have to, but because I want to. Biologically, this is linked to the social status of the pair. A woman is always tribe, pack, community. And when she includes you in her space, speaks of you with pride, she's integrating you deeply and long-term into her life. A simple example. You're not together, she's with her friends, and suddenly you find out she told them how you handled a difficult situation, how you supported her in a moment of weakness, how you made a decision that impressed her. That means to her, you are a support, a source of respect, and she doesn't just feel it. She wants others to know it too. But if the opposite happens, she avoids mentioning you, doesn't let it be known that you're together, doesn't share your actions. Be careful. Love always manifests outwardly, especially in a woman. And if there's emptiness there, then inside it's not as deep as you'd like to believe. The next behavior is very subtle, and it doesn't catch the eye. But if it's there, you'll understand. This is serious. The fourth thing a woman does when she loves, she sees in you not only who you are now, but who you can become. This is different from banal support. It's not, you'll make it, not, everything will work out. It's much deeper. She senses your potential. She believes in you even when you doubt yourself. She sees that there is more in you than you currently show. That's why a woman who loves can gently, without pressure, push you toward growth. Not through criticism, not complaints, but with words that sound simple, yet stay in your head. She might say, you think differently, and it shows. I like when you take responsibility. There's so much strength in you then. I know you won't stay at this level. It's not your limit. These words are not just inspiration. They are an acknowledgement of your masculine essence, even if you yourself aren't sure about it. Because a woman's love is like a mirror. It reflects not only who you've become, but who you could become if you follow your path. On a biological level, the dopamine system is involved here. A woman who loves connects her emotional pleasure not only with the present, but also with the anticipation of the future. She invests herself not in the fact, but in the process. She's not just nearby. She is internally with you in where you're going. And that's an incredibly valuable feeling. When you know, you can fall, you can doubt yourself, but next to you is a person who believes deeper than you do. This doesn't mean she'll carry you on her shoulders, but it means she'll walk beside you, even if the path is uneven. Example, you feel weak, something isn't working out, but she doesn't say, well, just try harder. She simply looks and says, take a breath. I know you'll handle it. You're just tired right now. That's all. It's not motivation, it's love, expressed through understanding your nature. And one more thing, a woman who loves you not superficially, will rejoice in your growth, not out of benefit, but from the heart. She won't compete, devalue, or drag you into the mundane. Your strength brings her joy, because your strength gives her a sense of safety, meaning, and depth. And by this sign, by her reaction to your development, you can know for sure it's love, not just comfort being near her. If you recognized your woman in these signs, cherish it. Not with words, but with your state of being. Because the strongest gratitude for love is when you become the man beside whom she doesn't need to be afraid, doesn't need to act, and doesn't need to fight for attention. And remember, true female love doesn't shout, it shows. Through actions, gestures, faith, and acceptance. And your job is not to be afraid of that depth, but to be worthy of it.